This is the tube that carries the urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. Usually one associate with each kidney. I like to know the layers of the wall. Right, first off, here's the lumen where the urine would pass. The epithelium is listed there in your handout. It's transitional epithelium. What do we mean by that? What's transitional epithelium?
It changes in between.
It changes shape according to a lot of pressure put on the organ. Here, where there's no pressure, no urine passing through, it looks like a stratified cuboid epithelium. When urine passes through and it distends or stretches the wall, then it stretches and looks more like a stratified squamous epithelium. Okay? So again, this is the epithelium, transitional epithelium. It lines the ureter, also the urinary bladder, and part of the urethra as well. Then we got this kind of a bluish, kind of a violet color layer. This is loose connective tissue. Now this is mucous membrane. What is a loose connective tissue deep to the epithelium called? We saw it in the GI tract. Lamina propria again. Lamina propria. I said learn that term, you're going to see it again. Okay? Then out here are the muscle layers, smooth muscle. And unfortunately now, the muscle is arranged differently than it was in the GI tract. In the GI tract, remember I told you, the inner layer of smooth muscle was arranged how?
Circular.
Circular. Okay? And then the outer layer was longitudinal. Well, guess what? Now it's reversed. The inner layer is longitudinal, the outer layer is circular. And now you got to relearn this, okay? And when we get to the reproductive system, the two in the female are different than in the male, as far as the range of the muscle. But for now, the gospel is, okay, inner longitudinal, outer circular. Okay? Superficial of that, we've got this layer, it's kind of gray, a lot of blood vessels in it, you can see here. This is called the adventitia. It's connective tissue on the outside of the organ wall. We saw adventitia, the GI tract, a part of the GI tract outside the abdominal pelvic cavity, remember, like the esophagus, adventitia again. Then out here, got another type of tissue. What is this?
Adipose.
That's adipose. It's a fatty sheath. So everything, you see it's quite thick. Okay? So once again, go back. Okay, here is the epithelium. Looks like a stratified cuboidal epithelium. You can see the rounded nuclei, multiple layers. This kind of bluish area here, lamina propria. That's that loose connective tissue deep to the epithelium. Now here are the muscle layers. Inner longitudinal smooth muscle, so that's the tissue, smooth muscle, the arrangement, longitudinal. On the outside here, it is circular. It runs around the circumstory. Longitudinal again would come out of the plane of the screen. Just the reverse of what we saw in the GI tract today. Okay? And then out here, this connective tissue is adventitia. Gray area. See the blood vessels and so on. It's adventitia, and now here again, the adipose, the fatty sheath. Okay. Any questions on this? So once again, here is the epithelium, transitional epithelium. This bluish layer here, the violet, that is the lamina propria, and then the muscle layer, inner layer next to the lamina propria, that is the layer of longitudinal smooth muscle. On the outside, adjacent to the tissue here, is the circular smooth muscle. Type of tissue, smooth muscle, arrangement again, inner longitudinal, outer circular. And on the very outside, the adipose, the fatty sheath. Okay? Any questions? All right, lastly, urinary bladder.